And we are live.
And stuff.
Oh, I got to change.
Hearing me on the bad mic this whole time. Welcome, everybody. We are back.
Your sound just went like, you sounded great, and then your sound just went to crap.
Did it really?
Yeah, now you sound like you're in a
now?
tunnel. It was funny when we first got on, you sounded like that, and then I think it was when you got kicked off for a quick second. When you came back, you sounded 10 times better.
Really?
And then right as we went live, I guess I feel like it flashed, and now you sound like echo chamber again.
It sounds bad right now.
I mean, it's okay, but it's not as good as it was.
Really?
Yeah,
so
it's fine. I think it is. Honestly, what it is it got lower.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Now you're super. Yeah. So
how is this?
That's fine.
Interesting. Well, I think what happened was
you're good now.
Oh, I'm good now. Okay. Maybe it was just lagging. I don't even know. All right. This is what happens when we take a 2-week sabbatical.
Oh, you didn't do any solos? You didn't do any solo journeys in the last couple of weeks?
Did I do? I think I did one. I think I did one solo episode when LeoDex V2 launched.
Nice.
Which I don't even know if you've seen. And then I didn't do any after that. Have you seen V2 yet or no?
I just saw the previews you gave us on the last call.
Oh yeah, it's fully live now. So
nice.
Yeah,
I haven't been on it. I mean, like I said, I've been on the road basically for 2 weeks, so I've done nothing crypto, including buying any Bitcoin when it was a little bit lower.
I bought some using LeoDex.
Nice.
Yeah, the V2 interface is fully live. Actually, we just rolled out this update literally right before we went live. There is now this whale discount. So if people trade large quantities, they get a discount on the fees. We're going to kind of play around with the discounts to see where we can land in terms of like the best pricing that makes sense for us and makes sense for traders. But right now it's basically like a 67% discount on the trading fees if your trade is over $1 million. So obviously takes a whale to truly
that is
get
some
that
serious
benefit.
whaleage.
Yeah. But this keeps us competitive because one thing I've been doing a lot of research, like, what does LeoDex miss that other interfaces have or other protocols or even other wallets have? And one thing I noticed is like some of the top interfaces offer these like discounts for large trades, and 95% of their volume is trades that are over $1 million. So it made me start to wonder, it is one of the big missing pieces for us that we don't offer any discounts on like massive trades. So we just rolled this out literally today, and now you can see when you pre-fill a swap that's over $1 million, you'll see this whale discount here. So if you do one that's smaller, so like let's do a $50,000 trade, you'll see the fees are all normal. So this is the normal like 0.45%. But if you do $1 million, you might have to do like just over $1 million. If you do $1 million swap, you'll see this discount for being a whale. So it's a pretty hefty discount. And obviously I don't know if we get a whole lot of people, like every few months we'll get a random whale that comes in and does like over $1 million swap. So it's not unheard of for us to get those. But when I looked at other interfaces and apps, I did realize that 95% of their volume is from whales. And most of those apps that have that big whale volume have some sort of discount, basically like a bulk discount, which really is a common thing in business in general. Like, you go to Costco because you get a bulk discount, right? So yeah, I would look at this like a wholesale discount, like if you're doing huge swaps. Along with this, we've made a ton of other changes. Honestly, there's been, especially because we haven't been on the AMA in like 2 weeks, but there's been a ridiculous amount of changes if you haven't been to LeoDex in a while. We did a lot of chain flip oriented updates because we were pretty behind in terms of like chain flip integrations. So now we've got chain flip DCA. So you can see here, it's basically their version of streaming swaps. So if you put in a really large swap and it's chain flip, you'll see DCA and you'll see 110 chunks, which basically means it breaks your big swap into 110 smaller swaps. And then it does all those swaps to get you a better price. Chain flip has incredible pricing and it's super fast. So like you can literally buy over $1 million worth of Bitcoin right here, $1.1 million worth of Bitcoin with USDT. It does it in 19 minutes. And your total all-in fees are $2,700, which is incredibly cheap for a $1.1 million. I mean, you're literally buying 16 Bitcoin. So super cheap. And then when you compare it to the alternatives, you know, like Rango is going to cost you an extra $20,000. Thorchain will cost you an extra $4,000.
Some serious real numbers.
Yeah.
Fees and commissions, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
There's a lot of people listening right now that wish they just had 20 G's in crypto.
For sure. Well, and this highlights actually the title of the AMA today, which is you know, I was talking to someone about, you know, what is LeoDex? What is it meant to be? Someone who has no tie to the industry in any way, shape, or form. So it gives me kind of a nice lens into how other people view what we're doing. And what I kind of realized during that conversation is like, you know, LeoDex is really trying to be like the Amazon of cross-chain swaps, where like you go to like people that use Amazon regularly, you go to Amazon when you want to find the best price for something and you want to get it fast and cheap, right? But you still want the same high quality result. But you know that Amazon is kind of like this aggregator of businesses and, you know, products, and it's going to give you the best price for that product because it has all of the different possible ways that you get that product. And I realized that LeoDex is kind of, that's what we are, right? We are not for any single protocol. We have every cross-chain protocol. And if you didn't realize, LeoDex now supports way more protocols than we did in V1. So if you put in, let's just put in an EVM swap because it'll be it'll show you like a lot more routes. So like you know, you put in this $10,000 to you know, USDT to ETH swap, and now LeoDex V2 has way more protocols than before. So we've got chain flip, we've got 1inch, we've got Thorchain, we've got Maya, Rango, Relay, Near Intense. We also have a few other protocols, but they're for more like long tail assets. So when you put in different you know, different assets, obviously you'll get all the different routes that are available. What I'm trying to position LeoDex as is we are like the Amazon of swaps. So whenever you want to swap anything on chain, you should know that going to LeoDex is going to get you the best price no matter what. And the reason why it's getting you the best price is because, you know, one, our fees are lower than other interfaces. So obviously you're saving money on just interface fees. And then two, because you're quoting the swap on every protocol that's available, you are absolutely getting the best price that there is that exists for that swap. So, you know, the new tagline, if you noticed, we updated this: see every route, swap the best one. Compare rates across every cross-chain protocol, 60 plus chains. And then you see like this nice little slider of all the different chains that we support. So the goal here is that, you know, when you normally do like a cross-chain swap of any kind, if you just go to one protocol, you are missing out on quoting that swap on every other protocol that exists. All the protocols, they're always changing, right? This is like always this real-time thing. Today, a chain flip swap, like right now, this 10,000 USDT to ETH swap is cheapest on chain flip. If I check the same swap in an hour, it may say Thorchain, or it may say 1inch, or it may say Relay, or it may say Near Intense. Or if I change this amount to 100,000 USDT, you know, it may change from chain flip to something else. It's still chain flip that is the cheapest. Or if I flip these, you know, is ETH to USDT cheapest on chain flip or on a different protocol? It's still cheapest on chain flip. So you can see chain flips, obviously, like I said, they've been doing a lot of tweaks and they've made their swaps a lot more efficient. So they are cheapest for this specific route. But let's say I want to do like a Zcash. You know, let's say I want to buy $100,000 worth of Zcash. So I put in USDT to Zcash, and you're going to see Maya pop up. You should also see Near Intense. So yeah, so you can see here with Maya, you can see the price you'll get. or you can compare that to near intense, and you see the price you get for Zcash. And this obviously goes all the way down, the long tail of assets that exist out there, which we pretty much support every token that exists. So we've built something I think that's pretty incredible in terms of like where the positioning is for LeoDex, which is whenever someone thinks about doing a cross-chain swap, I want them to think that whether or not they actually swap through LeoDex, I think that if they do swap through LeoDex, they'll get the best price. But whether or not they actually even swap through us, at least quote it through LeoDex. Compare it to other protocols, wallets, apps, interfaces, and I think they'll find that they're saving a lot of money by using LeoDex instead of either directly on other protocols or directly on other interfaces. LeoDex should be able to find them the absolute cheapest, best route, also the fastest, because sometimes people just want speed. So that is really our goal with all of this, is like no KYC, fully on chain, the fastest, best swap you can possibly find for every single route that exists. So that is where all of this is heading. We've also added a lot of other stuff. So I actually haven't even fully announced this yet, but we now have lending on LeoDex. This is powered by Chainflip. So Chainflip recently came out with this lending protocol. We've added support for it. So you connect your EVM wallet, and then you can borrow and supply assets. So you can actually earn yield on different assets. You can supply, and then you get this yield. Or you can borrow. So if you want to borrow, USDT from Chainflip, you can do so, and there's a 3% interest rate on it. So we added lending. We're still working on like refining the UI and stuff. So once I get a little bit happier with the implementation, then we'll kind of announce that it's live. But you're welcome to go play with it now. It's fully live and working. And then we also added this section, which I haven't announced really anywhere yet, which is what we're calling Crosschain University. So basically like this whole ecosystem of guides about how to do all sorts of things related to cross-chain swaps. These guides are oriented, and really the goal of them is to drive traffic to LeoDex. So someone might look up, why is my Bitcoin ledger app not working for cross-chain swaps, and they'll find a guide like this, which we wrote, which tells you that Chainflip uses Taproot Bitcoin addresses. So if you're on a ledger version of Bitcoin that is prior to 2.1, your Bitcoin app is probably not going to work. So this will drive a lot of like long tail traffic, in my opinion, over to LeoDex. And it's oriented both at like Google, like search engine optimization, and like agent optimization with things like Gemini or Claude or ChatGPT. So like when someone asks a question to Google search, or they ask in an AI agent format, the agents will know that this knowledge exists and then link it to them. And then obviously they land on LeoDex. And then if they, like LeoDex and they like the content and all of the surrounding architecture, then they can do their swaps. So that's kind of the vision of LeoDex. It's really been shaping up, and we've been spending a lot of time on all this stuff. What else? We redesigned the Leo page. So if you go to the Leo page, you'll see a whole new design for this. So a lot of updates. I mean, we're shipping. We have to be shipping like 20 to 30 updates a day on LeoDex right now. It's pretty crazy, but we've really refined the user experience, in my opinion. Vastly over V1. It's a huge improvement. Ahmad Maga likes the slogan, see every route, swap the best one.
That is a good slogan. Slogans are honestly way more impactful and useful than people think. I mean, because as humans, we just love catchy phrases. So it's no different than like, I got a buddy in roofing sales that crushes it. And his go-to line is, because like his roofing company is not the cheapest. He's like, and he always says, he's like, you can do it right, or you can do it twice. And
I like that.
Yeah, and it works. Like he closes a lot of deals because of that. And he's not wrong though, because it's like, if you do a hack job with, a bunch of unlicensed people, it's generally going to, lead to you having to repair and, potentially replace sooner rather than later. So, but yeah. That's a good phrase for LeoDex, and we need to have a swap mania kickoff.
Yeah, right. We need something.
We need like a swap mania challenge. And it's just like top swappers earn X, Y, and XYZ, thing. It's like, I mean, this because your generation's notorious for it. Gamify everything.
Yeah, everything's got to be a game.
Anyone under the age of 30, like gamifying is just the way to basically that. Like, if you want to sell to that demographic, you need to gamify everything.
Yep.
So like me, like Gen X, like, we're into that, but it's not going to be like, as impactful.
Yeah. No, gamifying is definitely huge. I think we need to get more into it. There's a lot that I think we can improve on that front. Speaking of gamifying, the new Inleo UI. So we've gotten a lot of updates here. I don't know if Mitch has seen any of them, but
let's just go with no.
Probably a good guess. The TLDR is that we integrated Rafiki into the Inleo code base, and he basically is like a fully autonomous agent that is making his own code changes. So you'll see that the Inleo UI has gotten a lot of refinements as he's gotten his hands dirty. So like the side menu, both side menus have gotten a lot of updates. You can see the main menu has a lot more options in it. There's a lot of things that are new apps that never got added to the menu. So you'll see things like obviously LeoDex is on the menu now. Leo Strategy launched perpetual futures trading, so we now link to that on the main menu.
Has that gone live?
What's that?
The perpetual futures. Has that?
Yeah, they're fully live.
Okay. No, I know.
We're actually getting a ton of volume, which is crazy.
Okay. Yeah. Again, like I knew it was in beta, and I saw that before I went out of town, so I wasn't sure if it went live now. In fact, I gotta go back and check to see if I won my quote unquote bets in beta.
Yeah, the prediction markets are pretty fun. I've been having a lot of fun with that.
I mean, Lord knows, I took the under on the price of Hive. I'm pretty sure that was right on all fronts.
That's so funny.
Sadly, probably on the price of Leo also, because the market's done nothing the last 2-3 weeks. Yeah, in fact, I'm gonna jump.
You can. Well, now you can long and short Leo with leverage.
Little futures action.
And you can do Hive. So you do Hive, Leo, and then all the Leo strategy tokens are on here. So you can trade all of them with the leverage is up to 5x right now. And the 24-hour volume is 70,000 ACE. So the volume has been pretty crazy. It's been kind of like fluctuating a lot, but lately there's been a lot more volume. So it's pretty cool to see all of that.
Did you guys change the UI also? The colors?
Which UI?
On
Inleo UI?
LeoDex.
Oh, on LeoDex? Yeah. Which are you on light or dark mode?
I don't know. I just went to I didn't even hit any of my save links. I just went to leodex.io and I'm getting black and like a light gray.
Black and a light gray.
Who knows what's going on with my computer?
Yeah, I don't even know. Black and
oh my god, I want to share. Hold on, I'll take a screenshot.
Here, well, you can share a screen if you want the little share button. You don't have to if you don't want to, but
I got it on the other screen. It's gonna be a pain in the balls probably. Right. Let me just grab and show you. Like I just went to the LeoDex. Actually, hold on. Let me. I won't get the. But let's see if I can dump this in the Threadcast.
Let's see it.
Dump the bomb. Let's see if it's thread. That's funny. Now let me go. I'm going to go to one of my existing. Oh, there you go. Popped up. Yeah. See, it's funny that color is haunting me. That's the color that we painted all these apartments in Pittsburgh. It's it was supposed to be a gray, and it looks more like a clay.
Yeah. No, this is light mode. This is normal.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I just went to the main, like, kind of like almost like Googled it and then clicked on the. So let me see if I go to any of my existing ones.
If you go to the 3 dots menu at the top right, you can change it to dark mode if you prefer dark mode.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. So that's funny. Yeah. Because I'm just fresh there. That's interesting. I'd never seen it before. I'm just.
Yeah, no, it's brand new. So
I'm used to having dark mode. Yeah, it's like, yeah, when you go there not locked in, like kind of almost like a fresh user, you get the pop up, you get the little side pop up. Everything is new. LeoDex got a full UI rebuild, faster swaps, better rates, cleaner experience, rebuilt from the ground up, and then plenty of other messages. That's cool. Explore V2 features. Nice.
yeah, it's there's a lot. So
Oh, yeah,
the
look at
V2
that. Yep,
features
dark
are
mode
just
back.
expanding.
I don't hate light mode because it's not usually light mode is freaking white and it's like just seems like usually, just bright, hard on the
Yeah.
eyes. So I kind of like that gray.
Yeah, that's why I actually at first it was like this white color, and then I was like, I honestly I'm not a big light mode fan. So I started playing with like different color palettes, and then I landed on this. And I can't lie, I am like a dark mode maximalist, but I've been using light mode more than dark mode, just because I actually really enjoy this light mode.
Yeah, light mode's
yeah.
not bad at all. So
Yeah, it's pretty enjoyable.
Connect to LeoDex for the first time in weeks.
Yeah, you'll see a whole new connection process. That should be significantly better.
It was like I literally was like offline for almost 2 weeks. I was barely in real estate related stuff. I was like, man, I gotta get on my computer, get stuff done.
World. Actually, while we're here, I'll show off the new ledger. So one of the new updates we rolled out yesterday, and like I said, we're literally rolling out like 20 or 30 updates a day. One of the new ones we did yesterday is a new ledger process for signing in. So if you trade directly from your ledger, right now the fees on trading directly in the ledger app is like stupidly high. It's like 1.5%. LeoDex, obviously on larger swaps, will charge you like 0.15%. So it's like way less. And if you want to trade with your ledger, you literally just click ledger here. So we updated this entire flow. It looks a lot better. You can select a specific app, or you can just use the detector. So this will just detect what app is open already. So I have the Bitcoin app open on mine. Then I hit connect, and then it literally says Bitcoin detected, and then it's connecting all the different Bitcoin addresses that are on the ledger, and that's it. It's literally that easy. And then it's got my Bitcoin address loaded here.
Oh my goodness. So hold on. Is this not, and also an update? So I went to connect, and I use Key Store, and then like I've just been dropping, I drop the file in every time, which I should just create a password. But I noticed now there's a difference when I click on, hold on, let me exit. When I click on Key Store, and then it says drop your file, but then it says support JSON format. Is that all it supports? Because in the past, my Key Store that I drop in is literally what is it? It's literally a TXT. It's just a text document, and it's always worked. But now it won't.
It should work.
And now it's not
working. All right. Well, I'll write that down.
I'm trying to drop my Key Store in.
Let me check that.
And then when I go and then if I hit the thing where I can browse, I was like going to my folder. I'm like, why is it not showing any of my files? So yeah, that's interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah, let me check on that.
I can't. I mean, I guess I can convert my file to a JSON, but right now I can't even.
Yeah, I mean that's relatively easy, but we can support TXT because I actually use TXT. So
yeah. So hold on, let me see if I don't know that refreshing is going to change anything, but let me see if I refresh. There we go. And so connect wallets, Key Store. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, it's only taking JSON. Live beta testing.
We love the testing. I need the feedback.
This is why we bring the cat around every few weeks, because he's just a complete noob. He can't keep up because real estate just overwhelming.
No, that's the key. Like I always say, like feedback. Now with our ability to, like we've got people on the team and obviously all the agentic coding tools that are out there. Our bottleneck is feedback. that is like the main bottleneck now is just getting feedback from everybody. So the more feedback we can get, the faster things will improve.
Oh yeah, I don't even know how I'm gonna. It's interesting. Easier said than done. Switching to JSON.
Yeah, no. I would just wait. Let's get the TXT support added, and I just messaged the team. Let's see.
Nice.
See what's up.
Cool deal. Yeah, I was going to jump in just to see, because then I'm assuming now when you're in the LeoDex UI, now the futures is an option somewhere, like on the drop down or at the header or something to like access that.
Sorry, what was that?
I said, I'm assuming now when you go to the main LeoDex page, there's an option for the futures market.
That is LeoStrategy futures.
So that's right.
Yeah. So that is on in Leo right here. When you click perps, it'll take you to LeoStrategy.
Perpetual futures. Yeah. No, I forgot it was LeoStrategy.
Yeah. So when we add perps to LeoDex, it's going to be I actually have an idea for how we're going to support LeoStrategy perps because they have an API. So we'll probably add it in addition to adding like hyperliquid perps is kind of my long-term plan.
So kind of almost like white label-ish.
Yeah, kind of like a white label situation. And then we had Ruggiera perps supported before, but honestly, they didn't seem to be like really updating them. And there were some kind of missing pieces that, I was kind of hoping would be there. So maybe one day we'll add it back. But that's the perps implementation we built for Ruggiera. We're going to instead integrate Hyperliquid, and then we'll probably add multiple perps markets that you can like select from a drop down. And that's where I think we'll end up with, like, in the future, we'll have like Hyperliquid, we'll have LeoStrategy perps, Ruggiera perps, all in like a drop down menu, and you can just flip between the different markets that are out there. Again, the ethos of LeoDex being whenever you want to do a cross-chain trade, or in the future like perpetual futures trading, and you want to get the absolute best price and best market, you'll go to LeoDex because it aggregates all the different markets that are available. That's our goal.
Nice.
And we're already doing it for swaps, so it's natural that we'll expand into things like perps and others.
Good old Leo price. Morty, make the Leo price go up.
Can Debs do something?
Post it when it goes up.
Quote. The infamous quote.
Heck, I gotta refresh here. But Threadcast did not update. There we go.
Yeah, then other in Leo updates. So now
what's this?
Upcoming Threadcast. So like you can join obviously this Threadcast. It tells you when it's going to happen. What were you going to say?
No, I saw the thing that Morty posted about the screenshot, the Leo lending. Leo lending launches at 100%. All right? I'm completely out of the loop. What's this pre-sale?
This is for Ace. This is the original Ace pre-sale. So LeoStrategy has built something called Ace. I don't even know if Mitch knows about all this stuff.
Well, no, hold on. I remember Ace. Wait, hold on. It wasn't Ace. Hold on. What was the coin that had to get to a certain amount of sale before XYZ happened?
That's Ace.
That was Ace.
Yeah.
But it wasn't for Leo lending. It was just something else.
Well, there's different milestones. Yeah. So Leo lending is one of the, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 milestones.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the other milestone that I was thinking of.
The InLeo mobile app, maybe?
Yes, the mobile app.
Yeah, the mobile app's at 10%.
Have we reached said milestone?
We have not. So people got to step it up.
Wrong time to launch milestone initiative.
I know.
quiet,
markets have
no
not
buy
been
crypto
kind.
market.
Crypto market has not been kind, but yeah, it's at 10% the InLeo mobile app launches, and then at 100% Leo lending launches. So that means that you'll be able to deposit Leo and take out loans against it through Leo strategy. So we got to push that
How
ACE
much,
pre-sale to get there.
how much ACE do we have to? How much more ACE is that in terms of like actual number of tokens?
Couple 100,000 ACE.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wish I was a whale. Just
We need more whales.
take
One
care
whale,
of that and be like, all
whale
right, give me
wipes
this
that
damn
all
mobile
out.
app.
One whale will wipe that out.
Right.
But yeah, it's
Let's see if some of my HBD sold. Not that I want to completely load. If I don't want to load up on ACE, because if I do, then I'm just going to become a perpetual futures market degen.
Perps. Well, oh, by the way, you can go claim 5 free ACE to trade the perps markets. So all you have to do is here. Let me share this. All you have to do is go here and then see it says get 5 free ACE. There's only 35 spots left. You can claim 5 ACE and then you can trade on the perps markets with the. You can free roll it and trade. You can short Hive finally. But yeah, it's pretty fun. I've been trading the perps markets. Obviously, I longed Leo pretty hard, and it's been working out for me. Let's see if I can actually just connect. Yeah, here we go. I'm up 69 ACE on this.
Yeah,
I'm up on all my. Look at that. I'm up on every single perps trade I've done.
Look at you. I got to go check my perps trades.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I claimed the bonus. As you can see, I got my 5 free ACE to trade with. But yeah, there's a pretty good 24-hour volume. There's more 24-hour volume than total ACE has been sold in the pre-sale. So that's pretty crazy. There's a lot of ACE being floated around, which is good because every trade generates fee revenue for Leo strategy. And then Leo strategy then plows that fee revenue back into buybacks on all the different Leo strategy tokens, which actually kind of raises the price of Leo indirectly because these are all priced in Leo. So kind of an interesting like looped economy where the more that this grows, the more economic value gets absorbed into really the entire Leo economy. So we've got a lot of value being created on things like this. It's not something that happens overnight, which I think a lot of people, wish that things were overnight, but it is something that has an impact in the long run.
Yeah, the feuds are fun. Even if you're just doing it with like, fun money.
Yeah, do it with the 5 free ACE. That's what I mean, if you're listening to the Threadcast right now and you haven't gone to it, go to the click perps in the InLeo menu and go and connect your Hive keychain wallet, collect the 5 free ACE and just trade that. And that's free, literally free money. So
I'm going to log in right now. Like I said, I haven't looked at it since I did like 3 or 4, I think I placed trades. Let's see how I made out because most of them were end of the month.
Might be a good time to, if you're going to talk about perps a little bit, we also could close out with crypto market talk. Where do you think? Everyone wants to know where Mitch thinks Bitcoin is going to go.
No one wants to know that. I don't even know. I'm trying to find how'd you find your I'm so lost. I'm trying to find my history on. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Did I just log out by accident? Predict. New version available. That's great. Let me in. There we go. All right, now I found it. I was in the wrong place. Oh, my markets. My markets would be any perp that you created, right?
Where are you on the? You're on Leo strategy.
Yeah, I'm on Leo strategy right now.
I think my markets. You're on the prediction markets, right?
Yeah, I'm just in markets, but like I'm saying, my markets, is that anything that you
any prediction markets
yeah,
that
so I
you
made
traded?
I made one. I had Will Hive reach 10 cents.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
I had made one. Will Hive reach 10 cents by April 30th.
Oh, okay. So you're almost there.
So and that got approved. So yeah, people might not realize that you can create your own markets. Like you can submit it and then like it gets reviewed and approved. So I submitted one because there was another Hive one, like Will Hive reach whatever it was, 7 cents by, I think it was maybe the end of March or something, or or in 2 weeks. And I was like, you know what, let me do something a little longer with more price movement, because it's just like, all right, I think at the time Hive was at like 6.5 cents, and I was like, all right, well, if the market gets an upturn over the next month and a half, which at this time now is less than a month, Hive could reach 10 cents. But yeah, so when I go to my markets, I see that one. When you go to markets, obviously you see all of them. I'm trying to find now my trades and whatnot. Where'd you go when you looked up yours?
For what, the perps?
Yeah, on the perps.
Type /perps or go to the menu and then select perps. So this is because you're on the prediction.
I'm in predict.
So go to you can type
/perps.
perps.
Got it in the drop down. Yep. Damn, there's a lot of stuff in that drop down.
Yeah, it's starting to get pretty. They're building. I mean, Leo Strategy is building a ton of stuff.
Interesting. It still has the claim 5 ace thing for me. I'm pretty sure if I claim it, it'll tell me I've already claimed though, because I think I already.
No, because I don't think you claimed the perps one. There's a separate one for perps.
Oh, is that? Awesome.
Yep.
Well, I'm about to find out. Oh yeah, there you go. I just got 5 ace.
Yep. Now you can trade.
So now all I got to do is I can run up my 5 ace to like 100,000 ace, making sick wins every day, and then I'll take all that ace and then sell it, and then go and buy back ace, and therefore push up the milestone. And it doesn't make any sense, but it actually makes sense.
There must be a way you could recycle into it.
I didn't think about that. How's that? Well, because that ace milestone. So how is that? It's not it's not like it goes down, right? So like if someone
it only goes up,
right? It doesn't go down. So really, I could just. That's funny.
But you got to find someone to buy the ace from you, and typically you'd be selling at a loss, right?
Yes, yes, because then you got to sell all the ace.
Yeah,
yes, you are correct, sir. I forgot about that. Yeah, the market is not liquid yet.
Yeah, no liquid market yet. That's really the holdup for like Leo lending, for example. Like you need a liquid ace market in order to have Leo lending. So, we need to see more of that pre-sale get sold, and then we can get Leo lending and some of the other features that we've been waiting on. But in the meantime, Leo Strategy's their team has been cooking, because you get perps and you get other things like this, and they're continuing to build features that generate revenue. So, and then the way that Leo Strategy is set up is all that revenue just plows back into the Leo economy, because all the revenue is effectively leading to buybacks. And even if you're buying back things like Surge or TTSLA, et cetera, you are driving economic value into the Leo token, because all of these are pooled against Leo. So as those tokens go up, they lift Leo with it. So it's overall just a healthy thing for the economy. The more revenue that they can generate from apps like this, the more sustainability that they build.
I still I don't know. I'm being such a noob. I can't, like, so I'm in the perps. All right, so here's Leo. I'm sorry. Yep. Never mind. Because the perps isn't what I did. I was doing the predict, was where I was doing the
yeah. Make sure you're on perps for that.
Well, yeah, no, I see perps. I didn't do anything in perps yet, so that's why I don't have anything to look at. Like, so predict is where I did the prediction markets, which that's the fun stuff. That's the place your bets. What do we got? Well, Elon Musk will be a trillionaire by the end of 2026.
Probably.
What is that? BTC 5-minute up down. That's interesting. Sweet, there's mine. Will Hive reach 10 cents by April 30? I'm pretty sure that's the one I created. Yeah, because it was in my thing. See kind of volume that got. Anyone take
and remember, you get like 35% of all the fees for markets you create.
Oh, that's cool. And what? I'm assuming it pays an ACE?
Yeah, in ACE, like because it closes, everything's settled. So really the whole economic design of ACE is as a settlement token. So it's a stable coin that's a settlement layer. So whether it's perps or prediction markets, it all settles in ACE.
Dude, I'm looking at my market. 11, 12, 13, 14 people placed
that's got to be one of the most active markets out there.
Look at me go. I make things happen.
Yep.
And we got some yeses and some nos. We got more yeses than I thought we get. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people said yes. We all know which way the cat bet.
We know.
Now you can. I don't even. Actually, you know what? I didn't even bet on it because I created it, and then I think I went out of town before it got approved. So I don't even see. I'm looking at the transaction history. I'm not in it. So unless it doesn't show you
his own market.
I didn't even bet my own market. I'm just organize and collect.
Yeah, there you go. Nothing wrong with that.
Now I just need to 100x what the collection amount is.
Yeah. Well, that's the cool thing about prediction markets and the way that they're designed is like the users create their own markets and then share them. So you're responsible for growing your own market because you basically make over a third of the profit yourself. So it creates some nice like virality to it.
It's awesome.
But yeah, let's do. We're coming up on 1:30, so maybe like 5 minutes of crypto markets.
Yeah, I gotta get boogie and I got stuff stacking up.
Yeah,
phone calls.
Where do you think? Where do you think we're headed?
I don't even
Where
know.
are we going to be in one day? Tell me, 70K or 65?
Where we're going to be in one day? Flip a coin because who knows? Stuff's supposed to pop off tonight, right? Allegedly, if the
something.
If the what is it with the political stuff and the war? Isn't it tonight? If they don't open the port of I can't even whatever it's called,
the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. If they don't open that, then apparently we're
supposed
to be we're like allegedly going to be dropping bombs on them tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if that happens, like everything's going down because that's always the initial reaction.
Right.
So that like I'm actually kind of scrambling because like earlier I was telling you I'm looking to kick off a refi on a property and it's just like and the rates have jumped over the last 4 weeks because of the war and I'm like heck if stuff pops off tomorrow I mean that's just going to make rates jump even more. So
yeah,
bond deals don't like war.
No. Well, and what like every market doesn't like uncertainty, right?
Yeah,
so really what we're in the midst of like total uncertainty because there's a lot of like threats and things like that. But ultimately what I think is going to happen is, and this is like a pattern with Trump, right? Is, there's big threats, there's huge, like, for example, with the tariffs, like, huge threats, then he might actually execute some of it. And then, things get negotiated back. And I've actually read The Art of the Deal. You probably have too, right, Mitch?
Believe it or not, I actually have not.
Really? That is a book you need to read.
Yeah.
It's an interesting book, but like, you kind of see Trump's tactics. Like they've been consistent for a pretty long time. Do something really crazy because the craziest one in a negotiation tends to be the one.
Yeah, you like set the anchor super high and then get where you want to be.
Come somewhere in the middle. Yeah.
Same thing with like when you negotiate on real estate. It's like you hit them with a crazy low price and then you end up where you really want to be.
Right. Yeah, where you want to be, but you never offer where you want to be. So yeah, it's the same tactic over and over again, whether it's tariffs or anything else, or this current war. he's got the same tactics. So if you're aware of those tactics, I don't know that it's going to help you a whole lot, because part of the point of his tactics are chaos. That's like one of the biggest points of the way he does things. So chaos creates a lot of volatility, and we've had pretty unprecedented volatility, I think, in most markets. Like yesterday we went up to 70K, and then now we're back down to 68. So like, we've been just whipsawing like crazy. But really, I don't know where things are going to head. I don't think anybody does. I think that's kind of the point. But what you can do is just when it goes down, buy some.
Yeah.
And wait. That's what I'm
doing.
And
that's the thing. It's just like, and it's ironic because it's like, oh, we've been whipsawing, and technically we have, but at the same time we haven't. Like it feels like it day to day, but like you look over the last 2 months and we're basically just in a range. Like, yeah, we popped up to 75 one time, and obviously we tested, well, the low was 60, but then we tested like 62 a couple times. But it's like we've been stuck in a 10,000 point range, which, in theory, in all honesty, is what, not a big range for Bitcoin over the period of 2-3 months. I will say, when I look at the monthly chart, it makes me think we're not done going down, which sucks. But it doesn't mean I like that's the case. Like we could, but it's just weird. Like, we've had 2, 4, 5. We had 5 straight down months. Then we had last month was technically green, but it's like got a huge upper wick candle. So like it basically crapped the bed, late in the month, which would lead you to believe that we were probably going to go down further. And, right now, this month just started, but it's a doji, like complete indecision. So
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if even we were green this month or whatever. But my whole thing is like, it's rare where we have like all these red candles, all these down months, and then we just freaking rally. Like when you look at the monthly chart, it just basically never happened. And it doesn't mean it can't happen, but usually it's been like red, 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 some green, then some more red. But I mean, I guess, there's an instance where we had 2, 4, 5, we had 6 red candles, then bottomed out and went up. But before that happened, we were already down for many months, but it was just trading like red, green candles, with the red candles being bigger. So like price was going down, even though the monthly was like oscillating between like red and green. So, but there's a crap ton of support at, high 50s and then all the way down to low 50s. So for me, I would think, and that would be ideal because I don't want max pain to be in the 40s. Like max pain, we get a dip into the 50s and kind of bottom out there. I mean, there's so much price action there and so much like on the monthly chart, like most recently, like support and reversal candles from like 2024, like early 2024 or mid 2024. So, but on the flip side, like the monthly chart completely oversold. However, here's the thing. We were oversold in February of 2022 and stayed like flatlined under, like oversold all the way until January of 2023. And then we got a green candle. And then that's when basically the up move started. That was the beginning of the whole entire uptrend up until we topped out in October 2025. So, that was 1 year basically where Bitcoin was completely oversold on the monthly chart. And then that happened again, like in 2018 from March all the way to April. So like a year completely so I'm not saying like we're in a bear market, but like every time I'm looking at the monthly where we got over, like we've only been oversold on the monthly 3 previous times in terms of like stochastics. And every time it stayed oversold for like when it happened in 2014. Let's see, we got under the 20%. That was March.
Where are you looking at?
Year and a half. So every time it's lasted a year, it's lasted around a year, like either 11 months or 16 months in the past 3 occasions. So we've only been oversold now since maybe it happened November. In January. We crossed over like December, January. So it's only been 4 months. So really we can spend, like in theory, the monthly chart could spend the rest of 2026 oversold, which means we're going, we probably most likely go sideways to down. Now Does that have to happen? No. Like history doesn't like that doesn't mean it's gonna repeat that, because I'm just basically looking, at stochastics RSI on a monthly chart and seeing what happened every other time that it crossed below the 20 line on that indicator. What happened? The previous 3 times in the history of Bitcoin, it stayed under there for like 11 to 16 months. So we're only 4 months in. So if that's going to happen again, then there's no way I expect us to see a positive year in 2026. So really, I guess what I'm going to keep my eye on is, do we see that indicator start creeping back up to the 20 line and get out of oversold territory? Because that's going to, that has to happen for price to go up. And that doesn't mean that happens first. It means price is going up and then that happens, because it's a lagging indicator. So as long as, that's sitting below 20, that indicator, then I can't really be bullish. And then if we get a nice little run of green, let's just say for a month or two, then that will probably take us out of oversold. And then, we'll still have plenty of room before we get overbought. We could go on a sick run. So anything can happen. It was just a weird thing I noticed on the monthly chart that, anytime the stochastic RSI has gone on to 20 and been oversold in the only 3 other instances it's ever happened in Bitcoin. I mean, really dating back to 2013. So obviously there's history before that. That's not on the chart. But I don't know. We'll see what happens the 4th time around.
Yeah.
So that's my longer, bigger picture view. So it does not make me optimistic for 2026, which really sucks because I am bag holding because somehow I stumbled into buying way too much Bitcoin above 100K for my yield pools that are now not earning any yield. So that kind of backfired. But yeah, who knows? Ideally, though, everything moves faster now, right? With institutions involved, institutional money involved, ETFs, all that. Like, all that stuff didn't exist the last time we were oversold on the monthly. Like, there were no ETFs.
Yeah.
There wasn't.
Well, I was going to say the drawdown has been a lot more muted. Like, you compare, just subjectively, take a look at these drawdowns. These seemed much worse, and I remember what they felt like. They felt much worse. Than what we're in now, right?
And even it's crazy too, because. And why did it feel worse? Because think about it, the altcoins have been decimated.
Yeah.
They've been all the altcoins I was bag holding and I was planning on selling in the next bull market. And it looked like we were going to get that pump, Ethereum, clocked the new high. And I'm like, oh, here we go. And then everything crapped to bed. And now they're all worth less than they were before the pump. And it's just all right. So why doesn't have we become immune? Because it should feel as bad. I feel at least in regards to the altcoins. I'm at the point where I think I've written off all the altcoins I own that aren't essentially Ethereum and a few other big names. So maybe that's why I feel different, because it's I capitulated. I still hold them, but I expect nothing out of them. If so, what do I have? Atom, what else? Polkadot. If coins like that, if they're ever worth anything where it's worth me selling, I'll be ecstatic, because right now it's just it's not even worth selling them. I'm better off just holding them and hoping for the miracle.
Yeah. So, that's where pretty much every altcoin is, right? Most people kind of forget that though, because I don't know, the whole time, even when Bitcoin was going up, people would ask me about it and I would just say, this is the weirdest market I've ever experienced. I don't really understand. It's so much different than every previous time.
It really is.
Yeah. And that was, I don't know if you felt the same way, but I was looking at my altcoins and stuff, while Bitcoin was even ripping, and altcoins just didn't follow. They had some moments here and there, but not really.
Just never did. And the crazy part is too, even with that, Bitcoin dominance didn't completely soar. It went up, but it didn't soar. But I think that's also because so many coins got created. People don't forget about the impact of the meme coin, right? All those meme coins, technically that is more liquidity, that is more coins. So it impacts the percentage market cap or whatever. So even though a lot of those coins went boom bust and they were basically just money grabs, Yeah, it's funny. Every cycle, there's some kind of money grab, right? There was ICOs, and the meme coin thing was quieter. It was the quietest money grab, I think, of every crypto cycle, because like it wasn't mainstream. You know what I mean? Like the ICOs, like normies would be asking me about. Like no one asked me about meme coins. The only meme coin I ever got asked about was Trump coin, which of course, because super popular. And like I remember my stepdad asked me about it because he's a big Trump guy, and I'm like, dude, do not buy it. I was just like,
Yeah.
dude, I was like, I guarantee you will lose money. And it's funny too, because I was short that coin at one point, and look, I just did it as a trade. But I'm like, why didn't I just hold this thing short for 3 months and make a bunch of money? Yeah, the meme coin thing was real and sucked a lot of money out of the crypto market, so to speak, in terms of going from many hands to just a few hands.
Yeah.
And then obviously,
they really grabbed altcoin market cap, pulled it into the meme coins, pumped it into Bitcoin, and then exited in a lot of cases, I think.
Yeah. And then there was the whole flash crash with and that was all like, yeah, Bitcoin dipped, but like not the way altcoins did. I mean, anyone that was long on perps got liquidated. Like that had to be some kind of coordinated money grab. That was ridiculous. It was like like an altcoin that was $2.50 flashed down to like 30 cents.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I know because I had a huge perps trade on Sui that I was holding for like 6 months that I was up a nice chunk on. And as long as the thing, like my average price in the coin was like $2, I think, or whatever. Because I kept, buying it on the way up, averaging in. It was like I turned it into a position just on perps. And my liquidation price was 85 cents. And I got liquidated because the thing touched down to like, I think 43 cents or something. It was insane. I was like, this thing could get cut in half, and then drop another 20%, and I'm still good. And somehow I got like, it was insane. And, and then it flash crashed and it never went. I think it stayed above my liquidation price. I think it was always above it. That wasn't the case on some other stuff, but it was just like, it was crazy. So that hurt the market too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, liquidations for sure. And then people called it like the perpification of everything, like everything got put to perps markets and hyper liquid and everything. And then, retail got liquidated continuously. And I mean, people in crypto feel poor, even though Bitcoin reached all-time highs. That was
like exactly
the market. Yeah.
Like you said, weirdest market ever. Like Bitcoin was above 100K and like no one felt crypto rich.
Yeah. No, there was no point in this cycle where I ever felt crypto rich. And kind of the opposite, because I was, bag holding a bunch of Rune primarily. I've got Rune and I've got Leo and some other altcoins. Probably the best thing I did, in this market was initially on Bitcoin. And then I started legging out, when we started getting close to 100K. And then on Zcash, I did pretty well, buying that at like $50. You can see here it's trading at 272 right now, but it got all the way up to, what did it get up to? 700 at one point. So, it was just a matter of being in the right things. And that's, I guess that is probably the only consistency in crypto is like, if you're in the right things, you do really well. If you're in the wrong things, you watch from the sidelines and just feel pissed off the whole time. So, I managed to get into Zcash, right here at like $40, and then it just literally went straight up from there back in January. So, or what was this, like October, I guess. So Zcash has been great. I mean, it's up 8% even today. So I think the Zcash market is far from done. So yeah, it's just a matter of being in the right things, honestly.
Yeah, Zcash was one of the few success stories of recent because it got popular as the what? Because it was privacy. Yeah, got like because even some normies were talking about it. I was like, wait, what? I'm like, and it's funny because I remember Zcash from back in the day. So I was like, I'm not.
Yeah, it was
train around. I'm just like, why is this magically popular right now? It's just funny how something will just like catch a bid, and just get popular. And apparently some old dogs sometimes do it, but No doubt. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully this time's different in regards to the monthly price action. It could be because, like you said, we're in a very different market. It just felt different. Nothing about any of this market the last couple of years feels the same as prior crypto land. And at this point, I just realized it's been 10 years now since I got in crypto, and now I'm kind of angry that I'm not super crypto rich.
That you're not sitting on an island with
and I'm not and it's like I was still relatively young when it started. I was like, mid late 30s. Everyone thought I was 29. Now I'm not. Now I'm like borderline old man.
Dude, I was a teenager when
you were a freaking kid. Unreal. Yeah. Now I got 48 next month. I might as well just be turning 50. It's over, Johnny. Put him in a body bag. There's nothing. It's like the young days are gone. Now I have to start thinking about like what happens when you get older.
I'm right there with you. I'm the same story, but at the end of my 20s. I'm about to be 30 soon.
Yeah. Well, you're also for some reason like 30 going on like 65 physically.
Yeah, tell me about it. I think I can credit that to crypto also.
You aged in crypto years.
I really think I did.
Like
I
dog
feel
years.
so old. I feel so old.
Right? Crypto years.
Oh man, it's worse than dog years.
Amplify. It's all right. Yep. You're good. You don't have any gray, so you don't look old. You still got a while before the gray comes in.
Yeah, not yet. I found there were like 2 red hairs in my beard. I don't know where that came from, but
that's crazy. That's the most random thing that you said that, because I've never had any kind of red hair ever in my life. And I remember like 7-8 years ago, I started getting some red in my chin, and then that's the first thing that went gray was my chin.
Oh shit!
So maybe it was like transition.
Yeah. So damn. So I really am.
Maybe it was like there. It went from black to red to gray.
Yeah.
Like slowly.
Holy shit! I'm at the end. I'm gonna get on one of these AMAs pretty soon, and this is all gonna be gray.
That'd be crazy. I was blessed. I didn't see any gray at all until I got into like my 40s. So, but now it's starting to come in like a lot. So. It's all right.
You got the salt and pepper George.
It's Clooney coming in now. Yeah, I'm entering my Clooney phase.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, we'll see. I really don't want to wait all year for Bitcoin to go up, but we'll see what happens.
I honestly though, I've returned to DCAing a lot of Bitcoin. Like that has been I've kind of I've got my alt bags. I'm not really touching them, but I've started to take like some fiat that I get here and there, and I've been buying Bitcoin again. I wouldn't hate it if we just trade sideways till the end of the year and then rip later.
No, I hear you. I've been DCAing a little bit as well, and just grabbing what I can down here. So luckily, I have some HVD that I'm still liquidating. So every time I've basically converted that to Hive, I sell it for Bitcoin, and I keep building my Bitcoin stack.
Yeah, I think it's a smart move.
Yeah, I wish I would have done it, I was, so altcoin instead of Bitcoin. I wish I would have been a Bitcoin maxi back in 2016, and the whole time I'd be 10x better right now.
Yeah.
So, but whatever.
I mean, if I had, I feel the same way. If I had
so you live, you learn. So now I'm just building my Bitcoin treasury.
Yep. Like we're like mini Michael Saylors now.
Exactly.
I'll just build our Bitcoin treasury, and that's all that matters.
But no doubt. All right, cool. I'm pretty sure I'm around next week. So
all right, sweet. We will catch everybody for the AMA next Tuesday. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Mitch.
Yes, sir.
For co-hosting. And
heck yeah, color commentary. That's I was thinking about that with Major League. It's like you have the guy that does the play-by-play and then the color commentary. And I'm like, yep, I'm the color commentary.
Yep. And the live testing.
There you
Check
go.
back on the TXT key store in.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
check back in like 2 hours. It'll be.
Yeah, I'll check later today. I got to run around the rest of the afternoon. So tonight I'll be back in front of my machine. I like it. Liquid Eye just posted Cal the Gray. There you go.
Yeah.
That's Cal in 5. That's Cal in 5 years if he stays in crypto.
I think so. Yeah, I think I'm headed that way.
All right. I'll catch all you guys
All right.
later.